to Friday Night Pints. It's brought to you by Sliq Spirited Ice. This is basically like you got a slushy cocktail. You're not gonna drink your alcohol anymore. You're gonna get your Sliq on. Whether you got a hangover, you want to like.
Best for the hangover.
The hangover is the best. You wake up on a hot summer day, you're a little hungover, you pop one of those open, you get your buzz on. You're sitting by the pool.
Can I give one of those away?
Yeah, sure. What do you want?
Can I give like whatever that lime?
This guy right here?
Yeah.
This is
the
a straight
margarita flavor. You like that?
Yeah.
Yeah, we got margarita flavors. We got all sorts of rum drinks, all sorts of different cocktails. Here, I think there's a scissor here if you'd rather do it that way.
No, I like to spill shit.
Ruin your white shirt.
Ruin my shirt.
So you freeze it up.
Bro, nice shirt.
Yeah.
That is like a crispy white shirt too. Your
Rudy's
place is
the same
right. And so yeah, think about it. Like when you were a kid and you had like your favorite snow cone or an icy. Well, now they just made it for adults 21 and older. You can get your Sliq Spirited Ice on. It's the new way to consume your cocktails, have a happy hour, drink on the beach, drink at the pool. It's the way to have your summer cocktails. This ad has been brought to you by 21 Holdings LLC in West Chicago, Illinois. Must be 21 and older to purchase and consume. Please drink responsibly. You can pick it up at sliqspiritidice.com. That's S-L-I-Q, spiritidice.com, or check out your local liquor store. We have Granelli. We got the Hockey Boys here. We got Tommy and making her
the
first
Hockey
appearance.
Boys.
Yes.
Introduce us as well.
And making her first appearance, intern Kat, who does Chicks U on YouTube,
Yep.
right?
Yep.
Which I've heard good things about. I've heard that's been doing very solid views-wise and
Thank you. That's
making
nice to
waves.
hear.
Yeah. No, it's definitely word has traveled about Chicks U. So.
I don't know how much it really applies to you guys, but
Yeah. What? So Chicks U is what? Like.
you're a declassified college survival guide.
Okay.
Yep. Niched
All right.
off of nets.
I don't know if I
You're too old
could
for
survive college right now.
I think
like-
you could.
Dude,
'Cause of
people
COVID or in
college
general?
can't survive college.
I mean, I guess college is kind of one of those things that it's kind of it's kind of timeless. You know what I mean? This kid's a barbarian. Look at him. Like, fucking just use the goddamn system.
It's like Ken Jack with the Capri Sun.
You're gonna break your teeth, bro.
All right, kind of just.
Yeah. College is always gonna kind of be basically the same idea of like drinking and sex and that's it, you know? But I don't know, the added like having social media around and TikTok videos and all
Oh,
that.
I see what
It's
you mean.
so
I thought you meant
different.
the drinking aspect of it.
No,
like,
no.
you mean that.
I thought that too.
Yeah, like
It's so different. Like people in your classrooms are famous from social media
Yeah,
now.
that's
It's like that
wild.
was never a thing like my freshman year.
even if you're so like forget about like really famous. Is there like kind of low level famous where it's like, oh yeah, that dude has like, I don't know,
I would
100,000
say like
followers
student
and like
athletes.
yeah.
They walk around with the athlete backpacks and then like people.
But that's
like,
always been the same. Athletes have always been like hot shit. You know?
Yeah.
You're talking like micro influencers, like 10,000 followers.
Yeah,
15,000
like
followers, something
if you're just like you got a little bit of clout on TikTok, you walk around like you're hot shit. That's
You got some like
fucking
nerd Twitch streamer in your biology
right.
class.
He
who's,
makes like
eating
50
Cheetos.
grand a month
Yeah.
or something. Like, what the fuck is going on? But the main thing to me is I would just hate like you're at a party and fucking people got their phones out and cameras out.
Yeah.
You're drunk.
There's a
You're making
video.
out with
Have
someone
you
at the
seen-
bar and it's up on TikTok.
Dude, it was like, I mean, we had Facebook. All right, so like you could just do, like it was a big thing. Like you wake up Saturday morning, it's like, yo, can I get my tags?
Mm-hmm.
Like,
But there would be one girl with the camera.
Yeah.
She'd
Yeah,
bring
but it
camera
was
to
the digital
parties.
camera
Yeah.
on her
Yeah,
wrist,
on her wrist.
and she would have to plug it in and upload them
Yep.
and all that shit. I almost feel like in the beginning it was like, yo, put those pictures up. And now it's so easy and it's everywhere that I'd be like, yo, put those pictures down.
Yeah.
Like, I don't see that.
So I remember there was an Onion article, like, I was probably just out of college or like in that area, and it was like every president from 20 to 40 on is deemed ineligible because they had Facebook.
Yes.
And they went the complete opposite way.
It became like that. That's how you
like,
get fucking
you're
elected.
all eligible. Like,
Yeah,
it doesn't
well,
matter.
that's the good thing. It's just like if everyone's a drunk asshole with a sex tape, then we're all fine.
Makes sense.
But yeah, I mean, I feel like you never know. Like you can't have like a bad night. You get too drunk or you do something stupid,
No.
something silly, and like
Pictures
it's
are just
forever.
going up everywhere.
Yeah.
It's awful. Like you have to like untag yourself and text them and be like, take it down.
Yeah.
That's how you know your real friends from your fake friends, though.
The ones who leave
is
it up?
if they post shitty pictures of
Yeah,
you, they're
yeah.
fake friends.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like with the girls, that's my favorite are girls Instagram birthday posts for girls, which is like.
They post one of them looking hot as shit.
Like
and their
the
friend looks
actual
like
birthday
ass.
girl is like in the background,
yeah.
blurry, while like their ass is perfect or their tits are out, they look good. It's like happy birthday to this like speck in the background,
It's basically what Ryan Reynolds does with Blake Lively.
Yes.
Only like
He's like for real.
He's joking.
He's doing it for real. Yeah. And so what's going on right now? Like, I guess if you go on TikTok at all, it's just Alabama sorority has
taken over TikTok by storm.
What does that mean?
Dude,
Alabama sorority TikTok?
And I'm on some different algorithms.
No, they have taken over. It's Rush Week. It is like the biggest cult in the world. The biggest like unidentified cult in the world.
Didn't you go there?
I did.
Yeah.
I went through Alabama.
Didn't you say
sorority.
it's like 8 days of fucking like
It's
hell?
8 days of hell,
Yeah.
dehydration,
Could
girls
you not
screaming
go
at you.
out?
You can't go out. It's
That's how it was
dry.
in my school.
It's
Wait,
just,
so are you saying this
What do you mean
is just your TikTok,
dehydration?
or is this
You can't,
every-
like,
No,
drink
water?
Apparently, it's such a big
Oh.
thing with so
That
many
seems
girls
good for
rushing,
hydration.
and they're all documenting it.
taking over.
That it's like the algorithm, like everybody's TikTok right now is like Alabama.
Really?
sorority.
yeah,
That's
because
insane.
it's I
Yeah, like
think
you
it's
can't
3,000
open the app
girls.
without seeing it. It's crazy.
3,000 girls are incoming freshmen going through it.
So you have 3,000 girls all TikToking everything
Doing
right
their
now at the same
outfit of
time.
the day.
So it just took over the whole app.
Hell yeah.
Crazy.
Yeah.
It's actually kind of cool. That's like if you're like Alabama Greek life, you're probably like, that's what's
Really
up.
some
like
power.
We
American
fucking we own the biggest social media app in the
Oh,
world right
one
now.
of
It's like the Barstool
sororities-
interns
One
week
of the
long.
sororities.
All making their own
One
TikToks.
of the sororities got a DJ to make a song about their sorority so they could use it as a sound on TikTok.
Smart.
Hey man, you gotta
I mean,
play it as it lies.
What frat were you in?
I was in a frat, bro.
Oh, that's where you play sports, bro. My bad.
I would have been, dude. It was like, I was actually not going to play hockey, very close to me going to Denver. And had I not gone that route, I would have been the frattiest
Yeah.
star.
Boulder frat. You were
so
such a Boulder
I would have
frat.
been at Boulder,
100%,
Podcast,
man.
fucking just a problem.
Yeah, I feel like sports is maybe the only thing that kind of kept you in check.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I mean, the funny thing is that, like, sports guys and frats, they don't, it's always like two dogs meeting each other. And they're like,
yeah.
And the funny thing is, like, yeah, we don't like fuck with them, and that you're looking at yourself.
Right. Like those guys are fucking
Yeah.
douchebags,
Yeah,
man.
you're just looking at yourself, just different disciplines.
One
Yeah,
guy's
yeah.
better in sports, one guy.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean,
The ones on the other side of the fence tore their ACL.
Yeah.
Dude, if I didn't have this one coach, dude, I would have fucking got
Yeah, right. Like, yeah, there was always somebody who
Yeah.
screwed me, you
Yeah.
know, some coach or
Yeah, dude.
one player kept me
I
out.
broke my toe in 8th grade.
All right, so and then Chicks U is you're just kind of giving out advice and information and all that.
Yeah, advice, kind of joke about it, kind of just like expose what college is really like. Because I feel like until now, when it's like you can post whatever you want and everything's out there, it's been kind of hidden, like what actually goes on in college until you're in there. So it's just like, this is the shit that's actually going on, and it's crazy.
It's going well
It's not
so far.
the same that used to be.
Would you, if you could do college over again, would you go to Fordham?
Yeah, just because of ending up at Barstool. Like, I don't think I end up at
take that out.
Barstool.
Like I always say, because of Barstool and because of just like all my best friends are from there.
Right.
If you like took that out of the equation somehow,
I
it was
still
just yours.
like. I mean, there's definitely the element where it's like, yeah, they would have been awesome to go to an SEC school, a Big Ten school, and like have the college football Saturday or whatever. But I did like Fordham, and also I worry like, would that get old eventually? Like I don't. I mean, this
don't
may
think
shock.
It got old for me.
Right, this
I
may
did it
shock
for a
some
year.
people, but I don't know if I could last in a frat for 4 years.
Oh,
like,
see, yeah, that's true. I couldn't last in a frat for like 4 minutes.
and I feel like at some of those schools, if you're not in a frat, you
Yeah.
just don't have friends.
Well, that's true. And I mean, I
I
guess
think that gets overstated.
so do I,
'Cause,
right?
Like, I mean, there were
certain schools you have to, but certain schools you don't.
Even I don't think there's anywhere you have to. Like
yeah.
if you're outgoing, you'll meet people anyway.
I also feel like
Like,
right
I'm
now,
not
correct me if I'm wrong, but I feel like
yeah, it's different. Again, Tom, you can. I think that's like a thing that gets overstated too. And I'm not an expert in any field at all. But the people are like, oh, if you're not in a frat, like you're just not.
You have
gonna
no
friends.
social life, bro.
You
You
talk
have no
about there's
friends.
regular ass bars that you
Right.
can go to. Just
Right.
go and meet people there.
I also feel like as things get more and more like as people get in trouble and people lose their charter and shit, I actually feel like frats are kind of less.
The appeal is kind of gone.
Yeah, that and I don't think they have the same level of power where they can like we run shit kind of.
I
You know
don't
what
know.
I mean?
That
So-
depends on the school.
Yeah.
I witnessed at Alabama, like 4 of the guys on the football team tried to come into a fraternity party, and the frat bros were like, no chance.
Dude.
And the guys were like, you
Score
literally
one for
come.
the frat, bro. Fuck the jocks.
I'll tell you what can I give a little Chicks U advice?
Yes.
I think that this is the 500 IQ play. This is the 5-head play. you go, and this applies to sororities and fraternities, you go and you rush and you get in for a year, and then you just get your shit booted, you're out. But you already got all those friends.
Yeah.
Half the girls I know didn't make it through their entire sorority life because of what they would post on Instagram.
You
That's
get
like a big
blacklisted
thing.
though, don't you?
Because of what they would
Like
post.
that's just tricky. The thing that our guy friends would do is they would just be like, "Oh, I'm a freshman. Like I want to rush this frat next year," and they were legit seniors. They
Genius.
pretended that they wanted to rush it.
But I think the play is get in a frat and then get kicked
That
out.
seems, that seems ill-advised.
Wait, why was that? Why is that genius? What is that? I don't get it. So you're a senior and you pretend you're a freshman to get like the rush life again?
No, they would do that at our school just to get into the parties.
As a
just say
senior,
it.
you got to pretend to be a freshman to get into parties?
Yeah,
What
if
the
you're
fuck is
if you're a
going
jock.
Yeah, you're just like, I'm
You're
rushing,
backwards.
I'm rushing.
So if
Your
you're,
idea is
so if you're
awful.
not in the
No, it's
fraternity, but you
not.
want to get
Yes,
into
it is.
It's also just what happens to people. They're like, I got kicked out, but like, it's not like the people you hang out with are gonna just not hang out with you. You're like, you know all the people.
But if you're
in that
kicked out, aren't you like blacklisted from going to those frat
Well,
parties?
also, like,
Yeah,
there's
see,
there's
all
also
this
there's
shit sounds
also
fucking
people
complicated.
there's
Too
also
many
people
rules.
that go into frats and join the frat and don't live in the house. That's the sweet spot.
Yeah, where you're not like.
That's why I didn't live in the house.
Yeah.
Yeah, because you went to you went to FSU.
I did, yeah.
Yeah,
But he
that's
was, like,
the
barely in a frat.
I like how you're
That's
telling me this like I'm surprised by that.
I'm like, back me up, help me. That's like the crack rock of frats.
I don't
Yeah.
think you can go in it and then leave and then go back just for the party.
Yeah, like, I think I like when, dude,
I
when I
think you
went
can.
back there, and this is like I was not in the fraternity anymore, and like this was we were done the Dixie tour, and it was like the kids did not believe that I was in that fraternity. Not because they were impressed, because they were not impressed. like it was like
no fucking way.
It was like
You're
the
not like
Dixie
us?
tour. I was fucking looking pretty fat. I still am, but it was like
You got fat shamed in Florida.
Barstool wasn't that big. It was because it's like Caleb's done this thing. Like Caleb did a story on this frat, being like it's the strongest frat in the world.
Hike.
Yes.
They're all
And-
ripped.
They are.
And
ripped.
they just do curls in the fucking courtyard.
So-
So I was in okay shape when I was there, but I was never like in that kind of shape.
Right.
And guess what? It's been downhill since.
Right.
And
Right.
but they're like, dude, you weren't in this frat, were you?
Yeah.
And I was like,
So
I was
like
I
those
was,
like
yeah.
frat brothers won't let you in unless you're ripped.
No, they won't rush you unless you're ripped.
I mean,
they
that's
won't let you to the
fucking-
parties unless you're in
What
the
is
frat.
you keep saying rush? What does that mean? You just try out
That's
for the
initial.
frat?
Yeah,
Like,
that's your it's your
It's like an audition
It's
for
your
a play.
audition.
It literally is
You
an
can't even
audition.
try to get in. If you show up and you're like skinny fat like me, they're like, you're not ripped enough for us, get out.
Unless you show up with 10 girls.
No, but I'm talking about getting into the fraternity, not getting into the party, getting into the frat.
Oh, if you, yeah.
I think
probably
that's.
That's
I think
fucking
that's.
insane.
I think that's.
That's
reg-
literally the last
That's
one on the planet
regional.
Earth
That's
I would wanna hang out with.
regionally
I want to
based
fuck this
though.
guy.
That's
Never mind.
regional. No, that's literally
If he
regional.
doesn't have a man crush on you, he's not gonna
That's
let you be a
regionally
brother.
based.
What does that mean?
I don't
Wouldn't
think
you rather fill it
there's
with
not-
like uglier guys too to give yourself less competition?
No, because they
Tommy's
want
such
to
a
be the
snake.
man.
He's just always thinking.
That's such. That's
so
such.
bad.
That's
I
such
agree with you. It's
That's
definitely
such
regional
survivor
based.
brain of you.
Yeah,
No.
like everything's always a play to like.
You are right. No, I
outlast.
think that is regionally. I think
Definitely.
that Florida frat is like a.
Do you think
outlier.
the frats at Plymouth State
Or
are
yeah,
checking
or
if
at,
guys
or at,
are
or
ready to
dude,
get in? Are you
dude, at
kidding
Penn
me?
State,
Yeah. Yeah.
those boys aren't fit.
All this shit seems so lame to me, but also like what I didn't like about
It's
Fordham.
a social currency thing, though.
Yes, that's why I fucking hate that. Like,
Yeah.
I mean, there's always social currency, but like it should just be like capitalism. Let the market be. Whoever's cool is cool. Whoever's
I mean,
hot,
I had
doesn't have
friends
to
in Boulder that weren't a frat that had great. They had a blast. So
Yeah.
it's definitely.
My,
you can
my
definitely
I
do
don't
it.
even know if I don't think I'd like Greek life. I definitely could never, like the first second that someone would be like, get me a beer, like go fucking freshman, I'd be like, I'm not doing this anymore.
Yeah.
Fuck off. Like literally the second
Again, fuck off.
some dude tries to make me do something,
sure.
let alone like if you're trying to like fucking paddle me and stuff, like no.
Yeah,
but if it's like you have to wear this like stupid outfit and like wear fucking like this and that and drink till you puke, like no.
I think a lot of people think that, and then when they get down there, it kind of changes. I do not think it would change for you.
I absolutely would not do that. Like I will literally have no friends and sit by myself before I do any of that shit or something.
No, I'd
mean,
say
we
I
never
wouldn't,
had,
but I
like-
definitely would.
I never had like the fucking like I never got like haze, like hard haze, like
Right,
with a
right.
hard H, like where hard.
Does that still happen?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
Like,
yeah.
I thought there was a period of time a few years ago where like a couple kids died, a couple of this happened, like people were losing their charters
They
left and right.
eased
But I
up,
feel
but it's like it's just like secretive.
yeah,
but it still happens.
Right,
But it's
right,
like it was like I had to do like I'd have to like drive like
Yeah.
basically an Uber because Uber didn't exist yet.
Right.
So like one night a week I'd be like sober driver, and then like
That's not the end of the
That's
world.
not so bad.
If you think about like the investment for the next 3 years, where it's going to be a solo driver
That's
on
fair.
call
And
every
there's
night.
just some value to that. It's like, we
Right.
need someone to drive tonight. That happens. But just the dumb shit of like, I'm older than you and I'm like higher than you, like, so do this. Like, suck, man.
I think it's also like a revenge tour because those
Yeah, it
guys
happened
had
to
to
me,
do it,
so,
and they're
yeah.
like, so
it's a
fuck
vicious
you, I'm
cycle.
gonna do
It's
it.
a vicious cycle. Like,
like
someone's got to
poverty.
break this. She's got to break the chains. Yeah.
But I mean, even
then
the
you-
hockey boys do it to an extent. Like you guys probably did freshman year those Colt 45 parties.
Yeah, I mean, I think there's certain hockey teams that.
There's always a
Probably-
hockey house.
Yeah,
There's
And you guys are
We-
the
we
weirdest
had
and the
a- we-
gayest.
I
You guys
will-
got all sorts of shit going
I'm
on.
gonna sound like we're tooting our horn, but we had like a good culture where we were very inclusive.
Yeah, you guys all fucked each other.
We were very inclusive. We all fucked each other, but we weren't very hazy. But
Again,
there's
it's hard to
definitely-
haze. But it's like,
there's
yeah,
definitely-
okay, put it on my
There's
head.
definitely there's hockey teams out
like
there.
it.
I've been around them, and especially in college, that are equally, if not more, fratty than some of the frats. So I do agree with you on that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just feel like a school like Fordham wasn't like college. It was just like bars and drinking and shit, which is like that's what you do. That's what we did after college. I wish I had something that was much
But
more
no,
like
I had
actual
like
college.
didn't you go to like there were plenty of house parties.
Yeah,
I
we went to
thought
like the
of.
Yellow House. We went to the
No, I had
Rose
friends
Hill
at Yellow House,
Apartments.
yeah,
Like,
yeah.
but
That's why you avoid going to a school in the cities because like you are gonna do that right
after.
But I thought
and
it
was
was
fun and I
more-
liked it. But looking back on it, also nobody goes back to Fordham like for anything.
It was more of a college experience though than like if you went to NYU or like some of these ones
for
in
sure,
the city.
for sure.
Like we had a legit campus.
Yeah,
and
a legit
everything.
campus, and like, but there was very little like house party type shit. There was not very. It was mostly bars, and I love bars, so it was cool at the time. But then looking back on it, it was like, all right, I did like 4 years of bars to then do like 40 years of bars. You know? Like,
I'm team house party.
Yeah.
Who's bar versus house party? House party.
I like
Yeah.
bar.
I fucking
house
there's
party.
well, wait,
Some- house
like,
party.
like in college or
If in general.
I mean,
Like if someone's like, I'm having a house party or we're going to a bar, which one would you prefer?
Bar
Well,
any day.
Yeah,
the
I
house
think
parties
my
happen
house
a lot
party.
Pick what
less
I want.
as you get older.
Yeah.
Actually,
Yeah.
maybe I think it goes peaks and valleys. So I think like
now it's like
now-
let's
now-
get some
now,
bottle of
like,
wine and
old
like come
people,
over
like,
here and
have, like, come on
Yeah.
over to the house and
Yeah.
we'll hang out by the pool.
You have like
shit
hors
that.
d'oeuvres ready for them
Yeah,
and
I'm
shit.
always
But the-
house party.
Here's the
But,
thing.
there's something
also,
about a bar,
Bars
like-
are also consistent. You know what you're getting. Sometimes a house party is like the most fun you've ever had. Sometimes it's a dud. Sometimes
But
it
like,
gets
when was the last
broken
time you
up.
even went to a house party?
Too long. That's why I miss
Like,
You miss it, bro.
You never know
Yeah.
what Rudy gets into on the weekend.
I
He's a
love
wild
house
card.
parties. It's
I don't
just
think I've
there's
been
so
one
much
since
more
Thanksgiving.
fun. There's so much fun.
It's really weird for me, like becoming an adult, because my roommates are older and they have like housewarming parties with each other, and I'm like, this isn't a thing. Like we would just do house parties last year, like for fun.
Yeah.
There has to. I feel like when you're an adult, there has to be like a reason for you to have a house party.
Yeah, like I don't even
Yes.
I don't even go to someone's house, but like I'll meet you
You
at the bar.
meet at the bar.
Yes.
And because there is something to a bar where like when you walk in and that door shuts behind you, it's like
You think that has to
we're
do
all
with being
keeping
in New York,
secrets.
though?
Yeah.
Like
Yeah. New York's a,
New York, you're a tiny ass apartment. You go back to Boston, they're a little bigger. People are going out in Southie, going to
Oh,
house
I also
parties and
think
shit.
that
Yeah,
like in
I
New York
love
there's good
party
bars
parties.
to go to also. Like you,
True.
like
Great bars
there's-
here.
Yeah.
And when I was in Boston before we came here, I don't think I went to a house party in the 4 years. Before
I don't know
came here.
what do you do in like.
I mean, I'm sure I drank with some friends in a house, but I didn't go to a house party.
Yeah.
Like, I
Where
didn't
where
say
do
St. Patty's
you-
Day, you weren't doing that kind of stuff?
I guess I probably did when I was like I didn't do Southie much. So
Yeah.
I guess when I was 22, maybe 23,
missed
I probably
out.
did. But after that, I have not been to many house parties. Again, I definitely just drank on the couch with my friends, but that's not a house party.
No, not at all.
When did you start going to like parties? When did you start going to bars?
Started going to bars. 19. I got my fake ID taken from me. House parties, you start going when you're like 15, 16.
I
You never
I was
hosted
doing
them.
bars pretty early then.
Oh my God.
I was in
we used to
bars
host
so
them
early.
all the time. My family was the party house in Burlington.
I think I was about the same. Started going to bars when I was 17, 18.
I think a little younger. I think
How?
You could
Huh?
you could
I
snipe
was
me
at your
out.
house for a couple house parties
We would
back
go
in
From
the
the same
day.
town, Kev.
We would go
I
to
actually
Yep.
never had a
Burlington.
Wait, how old are you?
You never had a fake?
22.
And you were at his parties back in the day?
No, she dated my younger brother.
Oh, okay. Got it.
Yeah.
I was like,
Way
wait
back.
a second.
We were also just
What are you doing for now?
friends for a
I
while.
used to go to her New Year's Eve parties. Her
Right.
family's
Yeah,
New
we
Year's
did
Eve
go
parties,
back and
so-
forth.
Yeah.
Honestly, we were the two house parties.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like there's always.
information.
Loaded.
Rudy's short circuiting over here.
Loaded.
What?
Well, he
Just
knew
thicker.
they're roommates. I feel like
I did not know that. And if I did know it, I forgot it.
What?
Oh, Fantastic
Fun.
backyard the Ellises have. Unbelievable.
There's always
pool.
the good houses.
They have the good
That
house.
was,
You have a good house too.
You have a better house.
this is like,
We gotta
no, you got the best house. We probably had like 1, 2, 3, probably like 3 people who had either like absentee parents or parents who like drank with us, and those were the houses. And then there was like a strip of bars that we could go to in high school.
So we would get the Chinese bars. Like
Yes.
In Boston.
Yeah, you go get like
Or
the big
scorpion bowls.
scorpion bowls.
Scorpion
Yeah,
bowls,
we
we
had-
we do.
Because they don't
fucking
care about the
sake
IDs.
bombs. Like,
Oh yeah.
There was-
we'd go like when I was 15, we would start going to like, but before a Red Sox game, we'd fucking get a 4-pack of Energy. I don't know if you remember those.
What's that?
I've never even heard that.
Energy?
No.
It was
Chinese-
a beer that would fuck you up.
Yeah, those like early drinking was like you just drink what you can get, get your hands on it.
Dude, it was like Four Loco, but it was like Four Loco before Four Loco.
Yes.
Was Four Loco.
Yeah.
Like, they only sold it in 4-packs. They're like, you can't have 6 of these.
You'll die.
Yeah.
There's in New York there was China beer and China wine. Was that around for you guys or no?
No, I don't even know.
Yeah, I think those both got shut down.
Where is
the
it?
China wine was actually called Silk Road. It was on the Upper West Side, like 80 something in Amsterdam.
Silk Road.
China beer was, I don't even know the real name of that, and it was like further downtown. It was like $30, and you get a meal and all you can drink beer for
Oh
2
my
hours,
God.
or all you can drink wine at the
It's
other
a
place.
deal.
Dude, it was
Even
an
at this
unreal
age,
deal.
sounds like a great deal.
That's unreal.
So we would go down there and wreak havoc. Like it was like we would just get drunk and do whatever we want. I mean, I remember we were walking around the kitchen one time. We would just like get up and walk. I had friends who were just like peeing in the corner. Like it was madness, and they would kind of run around and be like, "Oh, you sit down," like just whacking
It's the
you.
Wild Wild West.
And I remember I went in the back, and they just had this gigantic silver bowl filled with the beer, and they were just scooping it with pitchers. It was disgusting.
When you're
And
very
at that age, I was
clearly
like, whatever. I don't
Dude,
know.
serving high schoolers unlimited alcohol, you can't complain when they have crazy.
That's what I meant. I was like, I was also saying like we also weren't going to complain about the.
I would say the
quality.
restaurant can't complain that like you guys are getting out of hand. Or whatever. Like, you know you're getting yourself into.
And now we know why it existed for him and it didn't exist for
Yeah.
you.
Yes, exactly. And then the wine one was even crazier because it was like same deal. You get a meal and unlimited wine, and at that age, nobody can drink the wine yet. Nobody knows what they're doing. So like people would stumble out of there like red wine mouth, just like. Rah. I mean, it was a scene. But that kept us alive for.
Did you ever go to the Hong Kong in Boston?
Oh my God! Lived at Hong Kong.
The Hong Kong you can go.
Karaoke.
Wait,
They do
no,
karaoke
I'm thinking
there.
of the wrong place then. It's not Hong Kong. It's fucking.
Kowloon?
No, it's not Kowloon.
You have
It's-
Hong Kong's in Faneuil Hall.
Hong Kong's at Faneuil Hall. I know. I've gotten engaged there before, and I've done karaoke there before.
You got
But-
engaged?
Well,
so-
rock.
Yeah, I went through a phase where I was always just like fake proposing in bars and
For
like,
free alcohol?
Like yeah, people would go nuts for it. Like you just get down on a
Just a
knee,
crowd pleaser?
and people would just be like, "Let's just get out of here." I mean, I carried it. I did it with Camille Costing.
Yeah. That's a good move.
That's
it's
a
like
great
it's a crowd
move.
pleaser.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
amazing.
I've been engaged like 5 times in my life. But
Do you have a ring?
Yeah,
for you.
Like, what do you?
that was-
Yeah, I
pop
usually
out?
just get because I don't do it to a stranger. I do it to a friend.
Right.
So I just like take one of her rings and then I put it
And
back
make
on
sure
her
a lot
finger.
of people are watching.
Yeah, people.
When we did it in Grand Central, people stopped and took pictures and were clapping.
They were going nuts for it. I did it one time at a bar in DC where the DJ was like, "What's your song? What's your song?" And Big Girls Don't Cry was hot in the moment, and it's like that's a breakup song, man. But no, it's the one like they would serve you. You can go there late night, like 2 a.m., 3 a.m., and they'll come out and they'll put their beers into like soda cans. And so you sit at the table,
That's
and
amazing.
then it hits you halfway through dinner. You're like, wait, this is just a recycled can.
Yeah, I was gonna say, where they get
This-
fucking soda
they're
cans?
not dumping sodas out. They're
No.
just fucking taking the cans
Yeah.
off the table
Yes.
and feeding them to you.
Yeah, disgusting.
I can't think of
Where
the
But
is
you
this
can't complain. 'Cause
Oh,
it's
I
like you're
can't think of it.
underage.
I'm gonna
You take
take some
whatever
money.
you can get.
We used to go to a hookah bar.
Yes, that's another one. That's another place that you go at a
We
young
didn't really
age.
drink there though, but it was
Dude,
just a
smoking hookah.
It was
man.
so
Wheeling
much
bras.
It was just the place. It was called Hubbly Bubbly.
Oh my god.
Dude, it was a fucking scene. Like
Hookahs around here were intimidating to go to. I
Very,
don't know what
very
it's like.
intimidating.
Yeah,
it was
yeah.
just the only place that would let us in. You know, I
Yeah,
guess. Like
yeah.
no one, I don't think, truly enjoys hookah that much unless you're.
It's so stupid.
well, that hookah. I
Can
think
you
was
just
of low
when you
quality.
get like I've never actually done it really, I've definitely been in a hookah bar, but I've never like been a part of the people buying it or renting it or whatever. Can you just get it and put weed in it, or you have to smoke like the hookah shit?
I have no idea.
I remember the lady was doing it for us. She would come over, take the thing,
Like,
take the
what is
coal,
the
put
point?
it on. No fucking.
Does it give you like a head high?
It's supposed to
Probably,
be tobacco, like a much smoother tobacco.
I hate the
And
tobacco
and
head
it
high,
is
though.
fun, but at this place, since they were just letting all the kids in, I'm pretty sure it was the worst.
Hookahs definitely existed in America to get young kids drunk. That's like
Drunk?
yeah, like hookah. Like the hookah bar was a phase where like
That's
I feel
when
like
you
they had
go-
a 5-year run where it was just like
Yeah.
They would also
anyone
just
who's
serve you.
Yeah, when I was like
17 years old.
18, that was the thing.
We would just drink. We would like drink. We'd go to the parking lot and drink beforehand, and then go in.
I
there.
love this is the good old days.
And then
This is what I love.
this was like when
This would be like
was
5
when
years
EDM
ago.
was like coming up. This is when EDM was coming up, and there'd be people in Hubbly Bubbly with like black lights, and they would do the
Shut up.
toy.
Hubbly Bubbly is killing me. Like
Yeah,
that sounds like
yeah,
it's like a
that-
girl laugh.
Hubbly
That's
Bubbly,
very
dude.
funny.
Hubbly Bubbly.
That
Was
sounds like
something.
a gay bar, to be honest. Bubbly, bubbly boys.
Yeah, it was something.
It's so funny. She's like, yeah, this is like my life right now. I'm like, this was great. Like 20 years ago, you remember this? She's like, I did this like last year. I can't even imagine being in a hookah bar right now. I just think
I
it's
don't
so
think they
funny because
exist.
it was like a
There's-
lounge.
Oh,
There was
there's
like,
a lot in New
like,
York.
like the
New York,
couches
though.
with the cushions and like you're just like
Moon Villa.
laying and you're like
Moon
a girl.
Villa.
Like, you
Never heard of
this
that.
too.
I
It's
would.
just
I
so
mean,
ridiculous.
I would go to if
You guys want to go to hookah?
If the right
Maybe we
people
should go
asked me,
Friday
I
night
would go
pints
just to
hookah.
They
check it
call
out.
me out
It
immediately.
would be my first hookah lounge. But
I
we have
swear
to
to
do
God,
Hubbly Bubbly.
we gotta get a hookah.
Hubbly Bubbly.
If you guys all
If it
just
still
have the
exists,
Friday night pints,
that'd be a lot of fun.
Can we get that, Zach? Next
Dude,
week
imagine-
I want a hookah tower.
Imagine going to like the outskirts of Denver to go to a place called Hubbly Bubbly to smoke mid hookah,
Yes.
to then listen to Skrillex under a black light. I mean, that right there is
Yes!
like.
I love
mean,
it.
that's a cultural experience.
By the way, speaking of the neon lights, you see this fights?
Yeah, I did. It's fucking
I
sick
know,
as
real.
hell.
Can't really see with the lights on, but if you guys.
You selling those?
You also
We're about to. I gotta ask them. They didn't really get the branding doesn't light up, so we're still working on it. But I think soon enough, Moonman neon light will be available.
That's pretty sweet.
That is nice.
I love neon.
you
Yeah,
have
there's
that
something
logo
about
too,
it,
by
like
the
the
way.
black, like the blackout tour and the
Yeah.
black lights and the neon stuff.
There's just something
it is
about it,
cool.
yeah.
That's a sick
Neon's
logo
awesome.
too.
Yeah,
The Moonman's awesome.
Yep, came out good. So, but yeah, my favorite time of life was like when it was hard to
Yeah.
drink.
Yup.
Yes.
Without
You
a
had to
doubt.
earn it, or you had to do
Without a doubt.
weird
Because you always had
things.
that
You had
fear
to-
of getting arrested.
Yeah.
It just
Or
adds
even-
a little
even
extra
just-
to
Or
the
just
night.
getting your ID taken.
That.
Yeah.
Like
That-
I was probably too much of a pussy to be like, let's almost get arrested. But like giving your ID to the bouncer and having them be like,
Bro, do you?
you know, what's
You
your what
comb
year
your
you
hair
born
before you
and all
go
that
in
shit.
so you look a little older
Yeah.
and stuff.
Yeah.
I think like you don't realize until I don't know. I probably realized it a year or two ago that like bouncers are not important people.
Right, right. You just hear them like so much.
Don't
Dude,
tell them that.
I had like a distinct fear. Like I was like, it went like the Marines, the Army, bouncers, Navy, fucking
SEAL Team
police,
6.
the armed
Yeah,
forces.
yeah.
Like it was like these guys are these are
Yeah.
authority figures.
Well, you know what the worst
and then
was,
it's just
though?
like they're just guys who they'll give back your $50.
Yeah.
But that's the word. Like the fact that you want to let me in, fine. Don't fucking take my shit.
No,
that like can
I-
ruin a person's year. You know
Oh,
what I
it
mean?
ruined
I had one
It ruined- it
taken.
ruined
I
me.
had one taken, and I tried to buy it back from the guy at a liquor store, and he wouldn't sell that.
See, like,
And I was like,
what
what's
is that?
wrong with
Well, I would
What
take-
is that?
Did they tape
I
it on
take
the
my older
wall?
brothers, and then
I
I'll
have a
after,
fake
and I'm like,
ID
I gotta
taped on a
buy
wall
them an ID.
somewhere.
Yeah.
I do. I have one up in the wall. Like you walk in and you can
Yeah.
see my
Bro,
face.
when I was a freshman, I was the only person with a fake ID. And every single night, I'd have like 10, 15 people hit me up to go to liquor stores.
You should have been like a fucking dealer.
Well, I didn't,
You'd be like,
sell
"I'll-
them for money. I would just take the exact change and bring it to them. And like, I wasn't doing
You're like,
errands.
you're
I
like
was-
Jesus.
I was just like, yeah, I'll get you some beers. But then it happened so often for so long that I probably got to school in September, late August, whatever it was. And then by October, November, I just walked into the liquor store and I just went, this is fake. Can you keep it? I was like, I'm so tired of doing it.
I'm done with it.
I'm tired of
That
being the
is
guy who has to get
hilarious.
the fucking beers.
Man, there were guys at NYU I knew who would make a killing selling fake IDs. They knew how to make them. It's like genius kids from NYU. Like I remember the one guy, my one friend's roommate, he would take a Metro card because that was like the right. Because New York IDs are weird. They're like this
Yeah,
weird. It's like a matte material. It's not like plastic. It's like soft and bendy kind
Seems
of.
high tech, sort of.
Yeah, and
Isn't half of it like see-through too? Like there's a chunk that
well
you can see
now
through?
yeah, well no yeah. So this is
I
not
know
even,
this because I just used to study people's IDs.
Yeah,
fake
this
IDs.
now has like the see-through thing
Yeah.
there.
Yeah.
But this is like a plastic one. The old ones were like this weird soft like mushy thing almost, and you would put a Metro card in the middle and then like seal it on either side and and it was like hundreds of dollars, but it was worth it because it was like no one can fake these things.
We could get them cheap because we'd come down like
Get
kids I
ours
knew
from
in high
China.
school. You get them, we have to make the
I did
trip
China,
down.
and then I did one from Toronto.
We did.
too.
There's a good chance that I found out later. ID Chief was like the
ID
big
Chief was
one.
the best.
See, we didn't have that.
ID Chief was gone for me.
You had to know like individual
We had to-
people.
we had to-
You guys had like a company?
We had
we
ID
would-
Yes.
Chief, and then there was one I had to do where I had to put $100 in a birthday card and send it to an address in Toronto, and never thought I'd see the money again.
Came back?
Came back.
Wow.
But you know
Like,
what?
that's the
You
one.
want to know a
Bro.
funny full circle moment? ID Chief was like the biggest one, and you had to do similar stuff. You had to like send it in like a shoebox or like weird stuff. You know who, in all likelihood, probably made it?
Quigs,
Quigs.
right?
Yeah.
Quigs, when I
Yeah.
started working, he was like, I used to make IDs for ID Chief.
Yeah.
And I was like the timeline
I was
adds
debating
up.
bringing that up because I feel like he always says I don't think I can say that.
Yeah.
He's getting a lot of trouble.
It was like, boop.
That's how he was like the king of Bitcoin for a while, right? Because he was
Yeah.
getting paid because of that.
Yeah,
I got
crazy.
arrested my third day of college with a fake ID.
Oh, you got arrested?
Arrested,
See,
cuffed
that's
and
what I mean.
stuffed.
It's like, come
zip
on,
ties.
guys.
They got me with zip ties.
Zip ties are no joke. You cannot get out of those fucking things.
And while I was there, I went to school for lacrosse. While I was sitting there on the side of the road with zip ties behind my back, saying, "I'll rat him out. I'll rat him out. I'll tell you everyone." The lacrosse coach drives by and he's just like, "You
God
son."
damn it.
I'll tell you everyone it was Toronto. I'll give you the address. I'll do anything.
Jesus Christ.
Don't go in a foxhole with this guy.
Didn't even have to get sworn in.
Right away, he goes, "I just saw you walk out with some beers." I go, "I don't have an ID." He's like, "All right, let's go inside and talk to the guy." I'm like, "Here you go. I got it in Toronto. Here's the address. His name is so and so."
Send him $100 and a birthday card.
Yeah, foxhole of Grinnell.
Yeah, for real. We were once walking in the streets of our hometown we were just walking, drinking. It was like very stupid, just open cans and everything. And these cops like drove by, and so we all just like quickly threw them as we were walking. And then by that point, their like headlights were on us, so they saw it. So they were like, "What? What'd you throw in the bushes?" We're like, "Nothing." Like, no, nothing. We just happened to see like silver things flying in the air. So he's like, "Go pick it up." So we at that point we were drinking Steel Reserve, and we gave it to them, and they like let us go. They were like, "Don't be idiots," We ended up where we were walking to. We had to walk by the police station, so we saw them again, and they were just drinking our beer, and they were like,
They were drinking your beer?
Well, that was what they were hoping to do. They were like, "What is this shit?" Like, Jesus Christ, guys, maybe step your game up. Like, get some Miller Lite or something. We don't want to
Dude, I'm
drink this
14.
skunk. Yeah.
That happened to me at a Pats game one time, or Country Fest. I was at Country Fest at Gillette Stadium. A couple cops rolled out. I was like 17. They took all of our beers. About 20 minutes later, we're walking through the parking lot. The cops call us over, say $50, you can buy it back. And we're like, wait, it gets better, it gets better. So we're like, all right, we'll give you $50. We didn't have $50, so we had to have another friend come over. In the meantime, he beeps the horn, calls over
Another
three girls,
crew.
calls over 3 girls, and he's like, "Hey, these guys play D1 hockey at BC.
Oh, wow.
You guys should hang out with them tonight. They're the coolest dudes here."
All right.
Well, he sets you up.
That's like a loving
We went to
moment.
BC.
Oh, no.
The girl was
No, they don't.
she's like, "Who do you know?" We were like, "Oh, Kevin Hayes."
At least they tried.
Yeah.
They tried to
The
help
cops,
you
they
out.
were awesome though. Good guys.
That's funny. Did you have a fake ID? No. You were too scared?
Like when I got to Fordham, they let us in bars at 18.
Yeah.
So I didn't really need a fake ID. And in high school,
All the bars did?
Yeah.
I know, like, Mugsy's
like
usually, like, let you
Tinkers,
in.
Mugsy's, but I had no need for one in college, and in high school, I drank, 5-10 times, but friends just got it. So I never really had a need to break the law. Like you
Well, you did go to a bar underage.
What?
You did go to a bar underage.
I did for 3 years, but it was legal because they let me in with my regular old ID. They just had to show that you were 18.
That's not.
I feel they gave you
No,
like an
because they would say that, like, they didn't want us like venturing deeper into the Bronx to find bars that would let us in.
Yeah.
So it was kind of, it wasn't every night, but pretty much
Did you have a
every night you
cover?
could find.
Like a
yeah,
higher
you probably
cover?
have to pay a cover.
Like
but every night you could find a
Bama
bar that would
freshman
let you in.
year, they would let you in 18, but like your cover would be $50, and the 21-year-olds would be like 10.
Oh, they weren't.
People
Yeah.
used to get
Maybe like
fucking
20
real worked
bucks.
up about covers. I never cared about a cover.
No.
Like it's
People are like, "Oh, is there cover night? I'm not going."
Right.
You're going to let that
Especially
It's
girls.
$10.
$10.
Yeah,
It's a
50
drink.
bucks though, I'm not going.
50
In
bucks is
college,
crazy,
you don't
but
have
like-
50 bucks.
I saw these girls the other night, like literally throwing a fit about a $15 cover. They had designer bags on.
Yeah.
I'm like,
It
one of
does.
these two things isn't
I'll pay
happening.
It is,
cut
it
the
is
line.
silly. Like it is like it makes sense.
Is
Like
it,
yeah, I'm gonna
you
go in there and buy
pay to go to
drinks.
most places.
Yeah.
Like you do pay to go. Like you go to a game, you go to a concert, you go to a museum. You have to pay to
Right.
get in. Like, it's not
and,
crazy.
and
to
also,
have to
it's like
pay.
you're gonna get in there
That's a good point.
and spend like $150 on shitty drinks. You know what I mean? Like, you might as well pay a little bit more and not have it dictate your entire fucking night.
Dude, I had friends who they're like, well, there's 6 of us are gonna go. Like,
Yeah.
Well, I'm not. Now there's a cover.
Yeah.
It's
Still
$10.
now? Still now?
No, I haven't been to a bar that has a cover in a long time.
Yeah.
It never bothered me.
My buddy's dad
Greatest bar
owned
still
a
rips
bar.
covers. Greatest bar still rips.
Well, I don't have to.
$10
Giovanni looks
everyone.
me up there.
My buddy's dad owned a bar in Queens in like the 70s, I think, and he used to come up with these like stupid gimmicks to try to get people in the bar. So there'd be a reverse cover at night, whereas like everybody gets $1 when they walk in. Like little things like that. That was like, okay, I'll do
Yeah,
that.
I'll
They
go
would
to a
do
bar.
like the penny till you pee sort of things and all those like weird gimmicks. But one of them was
we had that
reverse
in
cover.
Tallahassee. Would be
Penny till you pee.
Penny
is a-
till you
It wasn't
Do you know
penny
what that
till you
is?
pee,
No.
but it was like
it's like drinks or beer. Beer is like a penny until you lock the doors, you lock everyone in, and you can't pee. So the first person to pee breaks the deal.
Wow.
I would never go to that.
Yeah. Well, no, I mean you can like if you're the person who pees, whether you pee your pants or you pee in the bar in the
Break
toilet.
the seal, you break the deal.
Right.
Bro,
Yeah. So
that
like,
is-
and it would be like boo. You
What
like
if you
boo at
pissed
them,
your
but
pants?
If you get caught peeing anywhere, the deal's over. And then
What if
I
you
would
walk
have
in
been
with wet
utmost
pants?
liability.
What if you walk in with wet pants?
you would not invite Tommy to penny.
We would have beat the clock where it was like,
We would
okay,
beat
for the
that.
first 20 minutes it's a penny, then it goes to a nickel, then it goes to this, and people would just be strewn about the streets in Tallahassee.
Yeah, you
like,
get fucking-
you just try and rip
right.
it like it was like Thursday nights.
There was Patty O'Brien's on the Upper East Side had quarter beers for an hour, and it was just the best hour.
These are
and
de-
you would,
these deals are unbelievable.
I've never
we
encountered
would,
anything like that.
we would
Yeah.
leave the tap open. They would just leave it running, and you would just like cycle the beers
Yep.
in. And I mean, we would amass like a huge table's worth, and then we would just drink them. You know, they'd be warm and fucking
Yeah,
flat
yeah.
like
See,
a couple
our
hours later. But
Our beat the clock was starting at 1 on Tuesdays. Whatever time it was when you ordered a drink, that's how much the drink cost. So it's
Oh.
$1.36. You
Oh,
pay
wow.
$1.36
That's
for
cool.
a drink.
Oh, that's a good one.
But
That's
then,
cool, yeah.
but then come
But at
9
midnight,
o'clock,
you know,
it's like
yeah.
every drink's $9 and you're already in the bag. So you're like, drinks are usually $6 on a regular night. You know, you're just getting screwed.
That's fucked up that they keep racking
They kept going up
to get their money back.
Yeah, by the
Yeah.
end of beat the clock, you're getting screwed.
But did you hear about the? I think it was a woman in Rhode Island. Hold your wee for a wee.
yeah, did she die or
She
something?
drowned. She internally drowned. So I'm surprised that never happened. And like trying to beat the clock.
Well, I think most people eventually.
Wait,
there's
she
always
held
some
her
girl
piss
who
for a
pees
week and
before.
drowned?
No, it was called Hold Your Wee for a Wee. It was like
What?
when Wees first came
Why
out
was
and they
she
were
doing
huge.
that?
It was like a radio contest, and it was like I think you had to chug a gallon of water, or not chug, but drink a gallon of water, and then the last person who peed got the wee. And I
There was
believe
somebody-
She drowned?
like
How do-
internally.
Yeah, you
somehow.
can like drown yourself.
Internally
Yeah.
drown?
There was somebody. I was listening to a podcast recently.
No.
I was listening to a podcast recently where I think the guest on. I wish I could remember, but his job. Maybe it was Josh Potter. I think it was Josh Potter. His job was to come up with like those stupid radio gimmicks. Oh yes, it was because one time it was for like Pearl Jam tickets, and you had to get in a fucking sleeping bag naked with another dude and like oiled up. They were like Vaselined up, and you would get in a zipped up sleeping bag like face to face, and it was like how long can you last in there? Whoever like lasts the longest gets the tickets or whatever.
Oh, I just get hard right away.
Yeah, straight up. If I, dude,
Like I'd be crawling out.
skin,
Get the fuck out of here!
skin.
But he said that thing. I think they're talking about the same incident. It ended like all that shit. Like there's never they don't do any of those anymore
I'm not
because
listening to
somebody
radio
fucking
anymore, but
died.
I'm
Yeah.
gonna see where it was. It was when I was younger.
It's so funny though. Imagine that. He worked there, and like one time there was only one person who showed up, so they were like, Potter, you got to get in and do it with him. He's like,
Yeah, it was in Sacramento, California,
I quit.
2007.
yeah, it's probably what it was. But yeah, I mean for fucking concert tickets or whatever this was you fucking
Yeah, it's not
died.
like life-changing money.
Oh,
Yeah.
how about this? Her family, she was a woman who was trying to win it for her children, I think. Her family got 16.5 million.
Worth it.
Well,
Worth it.
You know,
Worth it.
I don't know about that. 16.5 million to die, maybe not. But,
The
but,
kids
you know.
will be saying it's worth it. Actually, that's fucked up. I crossed the line.
How much money would you put on your mother's life?
We know it's
Apparently
less.
6 foot 16.
Apparently
Yeah,
not.
really,
Yeah. Jesus Christ Almighty. Would you? Where'd you go to school?
Plymouth State.
Let me say, would you go somewhere else if you could redo it?
Absolutely. When you were saying that the whole time, all week I've been like, fuck, why didn't I go to Alabama?
Yeah.
These girls are so hot.
I know. I
It sucked.
Yeah, you didn't like it?
It sucked. I did it for 1 year, and I got 4 years of college out in 1 year.
Well,
Like
that sounds pretty
it's
good.
not
Yeah.
sustainable.
Well, that might be true, and I could understand that where it's like I would fail out or I'd be a wreck, but it was probably a fun year.
It was probably the best
Wait.
year of my life.
You went there
You
for
just said
1
it
year,
sucked.
Yeah.
You're like, it sucked.
and then what happened?
I transferred to BU because I was just
Oh.
like, I'm
Need a normal
not
life.
gonna do school here.
Yeah,
Like it's not.
That's why I mean,
good
like
for me.
Arizona State schools like that. Like, I'm not even talking about the party. I'm talking about like you have like a pool. You live in like a resort.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That I couldn't do. That would be like I'm not going to class.
Yeah, they have
like,
foam
in
parties
the
in the
Bronx.
middle
I'd
of
have
the
no
week.
problem going to class. It's like fucking cold out.
I have no
There's
other
nothing-
options.
Yeah, right. It's like
Go chill the
I'm
bodega.
bored sitting here. I might as well go to like learn something.
Yeah.
There, it's like I'm not
Cold
leaving
out
the
is,
pool.
like I would find any excuse to not go to class. I'd be like, oh, is it raining today?
Yeah, not going.
And like
Yeah.
I would drive. I didn't
Yeah.
have to go get wet. I could drive right to class. I'm like, it's raining. Fuck no, not today.
Yeah, that life to me, I don't think I could live it. Like, I mean, it's hard. You got to be crazy.
Yeah, everyone there. I can't picture you in a frat at Alabama. Just so
Me?
you know.
Probably
Yeah,
not.
no,
I'll
probably
probably play
not.
football.
A walk on.
Tight end.
Tight end.
Yeah.
But like every time, like right around now, maybe in a couple weeks when like college football starts up, people are going back to campus.
Oh.
I'm like, oh, this is
Chili
amazing.
week.
And
Hey,
that
you
was
ever been to a
never that
big
was never
game?
like Florida. I don't know. I never.
You ever go
Yeah.
down to one of those stadiums and
So
go to a big
great.
game?
No.
This is my first
I
time.
went to
do that.
Florida once.
I want to do.
You went to
oh,
Florida?
yeah.
Didn't we go to a Florida game?
Yeah,
I
you
remember
were
you
for
guys.
Bud
Did
Light.
you do the Bud Light tour?
We went. We
Beer
Did we
tour
go to the
for
game?
sponsor.
Not
We
really.
went.
No, it does.
No, I don't think we
Yeah,
did.
we did go to the game. I think
remember
the only
that,
game
though.
I've been to since being at FSU was me, Chaps, and Jay Dan. He went to the UT game, which was awful because UT stinks now. So it's just 10,000 degrees in the stands.
And you couldn't have
there's
booze,
no one there.
right? Wasn't
No,
there no
they
booze?
sell there.
Oh.
They
I think they're bringing that back. I think schools are starting to sell beer.
There was
now.
somebody was telling
Yeah,
me
they
about
gotta
their
pay their
experience
players
where they
now.
were
So
like,
that's the new revenue stream.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe I probably wouldn't fit in at that school life, but like I
Probably
would have
not.
liked to
I'd
give it a shot.
transform.
I wish I had
become
a
new
friend
person
there
sitting
that I
there.
could
You
have
kidding
visited
me?
Yes.
a couple times.
Right,
That would have
exactly
been
that.
ideal. Like, let him deal with it.
The only thing that really sucks now is like, I mean, maybe this is just me, but like, me and my friends don't like go back to Florida. I don't think it's like a big like alumni like it's not, every now and then maybe you go to like Arthur Ave and go to, like to dinner or whatever.
yeah. I
But-
went for homecoming, like, I mean, it was only like my first year out of college. Last
Yeah.
year was COVID.
Occasionally there'll be a good like basketball game or like a prospect comes through if you want to go see that.
Yeah.
But there's once you're done
It's
with
Arthur
a school like
Avenue,
Fordham,
basically.
you're done, you know. And it's like I wish there was some
It'd be
element
cool
of
if
like
Fordham was good at sports.
See,
It'd be
I
very
went
It'd be
cool.
through.
sick, I feel like.
Yeah.
I went through like just so many different schools that I went to ones that had the community.
What's your full school? like?
That's what I was
And then
gonna
the ones
say.
that did- I mean, like a lot of I just took classes at. Like it wasn't like enrolled at. But St. Michael's, then I was enrolled at UMass Dartmouth, then I was enrolled at Florida State, then I took classes at PC and I took classes at NYU.
Wow.
Where'd you graduate
I'm
from?
trying. No,
Nope.
no, we didn't.
Did you say NYU?
Yeah.
Yeah, like, I was taking like
Oh.
like screenwriting classes and like.
I'm trying to get him to go back to school and graduate. How great would that content be?
Oh, it'd be awesome.
Wow.
How much do
You should
you
go.
want?
You should go.
To
with
go
the-
to graduation.
Not for the betterment of John's like.
No!
I want the content of John
Content.
trying to do fucking
John,
fingers.
imagine like trying to read books and do papers and shit
projects.
now.
Group
Oh my!
projects.
Imagine
I
if you-
graduated this
Imagine if you
year.
had to be in a
I
group
can't.
and there's some nice
Sunday
girl
morning,
doing all the
they're
No,
work.
if I saw him at my graduation, I would die.
It would literally be impossible for me to graduate college. I do not
I
possess
think
the
you could do it.
capabilities.
I think you could do
I
it.
think
No,
you
like
could.
I think you could do it.
because like
You'd find a way to scheme.
I
You'd
could.
just pay someone to do
couldn't. I'm not
papers.
smarter than a fifth grader. I just played for Barcelona.
yeah, but I
game time.
can't learn anymore either.
Yeah, your brain.
I'm shut down. Like my brain's like we're full up.
Yeah,
We're done.
that's
like we filled it with too many dumb things.
Yeah, but
and-
don't you think that maybe you guys are gonna make fun of me for this, but like as an adult, I almost think it could be cool to take like one college class here and there where it doesn't matter, because like when you're in college, it's so much
J.R.
pressure. I
Smith.
have
Yes.
to do good.
And you're
you don't
being
even
forced
care
to
what you're
do-
learning,
yes.
but like to just casually learn something.
Yeah, I think it's cool.
I think
and
could
I would
be
pick
like
like
mom-
classes that I like and do
right,
things
and it
that
doesn't. You don't
interest
even
me.
have to do the test. Like who cares about the
Right,
test or
right,
anything?
right.
But just like
Right.
a way to learn something new without the pressure of I
Well,
have to
you know,
learn
it's funny you
this.
say that though. And it's
YouTube,
like
though,
you
now.
could just go on
Yeah.
the internet
Yeah.
and learn
YouTube
stuff and we don't do it.
University.
You know.
My mom
Yeah.
does that, and she's been doing it for so long now that she's like, actually, like I might as well just like get another degree. And then they were like, well, you're gonna have to take these basics again. She goes, oh, never mind.
Never mind.
Yeah.
Like she likes sociology and like food. shit.
Right.
But I'm not taking like a math class.
Yeah, like she took a whole class on cannibalism. Which is,
Yeah, I was doing Are You Smarter Than a
crazy.
Fifth Grader. The question was, this president assumed, the role after William McKinley was assassinated. Like, it was
Roosevelt.
multiple choice. What?
Theodore Roosevelt.
Yeah, Teddy Roosevelt.
Wait, we had a president who was assassinated before Kennedy or after?
Yeah,
Other than
well,
Kennedy?
Yeah.
well, Lincoln was a big one.
Oh, Lincoln. Forgot about him.
There's a couple.
Forgot about my guy.
Oh, Lincoln, bro!
I will say this though, in the
But McKinley gets the jam job. Nobody talks about it.
yeah, no one talks about
McKinley, I don't
McKinley.
know.
Nobody-
James Garfield also got
Yeah.
assassinated. Nobody
Yeah.
knows that.
Really?
We've
Got
had
their
4
fucking-
presidents
There's a
assassinated.
real haves and have-nots of assassination.
We're
Listen,
Are we at
Lincoln was a
50 or
big miss, but you're not wrong.
45? 46. 46.
Yeah, you're
Lincoln
not
was a
wrong.
very
It's
big
kinda
miss, but you're not
fair.
wrong.
I'll take that one.
Point
I'll
still
take that
remains.
one. My guy Abe.
Yeah, that one got me. And then,
so if you become president, there's a 4 in 46 chance you're assassinated.
One in
That's
10.
not
That's
good odds. Pretty high.
Yeah.
Also, what's the difference between an assassination and a murder?
I think that's up
We've had this
to.
question before.
I think that's like. I mean, if you're a president, you're assassinated.
You're
No doubt.
assassinated.
I think Martin Luther King was assassinated. Like you got to be like that.
Was
dude.
Elvis was assassinated?
No, he died on the toilet.
on the toilet.
Gotta get murdered to be
He did
assassinated.
a self-assassination.
John Lennon
He's
maybe
got
would have been.
Instagram followers now.
So, if John Lennon died, he did die from that, right?
John
He's
Lennon,
assassinated.
yeah, he was assassinated. I would say.
Okay, so
I
John-
sworn I went to an Elvis museum until I got assassinated.
I mean,
My
he
whole
died,
life.
he died on the toilet from
He
like.
did.
Elvis, yeah.
But he
Elvis
died
had
of drugs, but.
Oh, it was drugs.
I think he had a heart
would
attack.
imagine.
Oh yeah, I thought it was just like he like fried peanut butter and jelly.
He had a
sandwiches.
heart attack on
I-
the toilet, John. Think about it.
I think he had a heart
Think about it.
I
You're
think
sitting
he
there
had a
just
heart
fucking
attack.
railing lines.
Well, so John Lennon is assassination status?
I
Yeah.
think he is.
Because he was political. I think you gotta have a political.
Over
twist to it.
100K followers. It's
Yeah, like if I get gunned down in the streets, you motherfuckers better say I got
assassinated.
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 You better. I want to see fucking
I do
headlines
have
on
to
Barstool
admit,
all over.
the assassination tag is way
It's
better
clout.
than murder.
I need like hashtag
Rudy,
KC
we're
was
murder guys.
assassinated.
We get murdered. We get murdered. These guys, these are assassinated.
We
No,
got so
I'm
much
not
to go.
assassinated.
You are. I think
No,
you're
if
assassinated.
you got killed by like a cyclist, you're assassinated.
Yeah,
You're
Like,
assassinated.
I think it's like a
Maybe-
group that you've hated against,
Yes.
and they're like,
or a Crazy
retaliating.
fan. Just like
Right,
you know,
for that
if it
reason.
was like
I think that's
if someone
assassination.
kills you and has like a anti-Barstool manifesto, assassin.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
That's
maybe
true.
that's the difference. It's got to be that.
Also, baby, after that fucking performance on the dozen, you'd be assassinated.
Dude, if Coley kills me,
Coley might kill you. Coley might kill you. Coley was distraught.
yeah.
Coley was absolutely dumbfounded that we just absolutely smoked him.
What was the final?
12-6, I think.
14-6.
Well, yeah,
14.
yeah. But I think they tacked on a couple extra after we had won. I think it's over at 12, right?
12
I think it was 12-6 and then
we'd already
14-8
won.
or something like that.
You know a lot of random weird shit. Mm-hmm. Like
Dude, I'm low-key a
he'll just
nerd.
be in his room and he'll be like, yeah, I'm looking up
Yeah, because
like,
he's always
where
on,
Mount
he's always
Rushmore
on
came
the
from.
internet.
Yeah,
And that's why
always.
you don't have to go to college or do any of this shit.
Yeah,
you just
yeah.
learn on the fucking
Yeah,
internet.
I'm looking.
That was your brag for him there?
No, it came to me on the spot. I panicked.
I'm in my room looking at
I
Mount
panicked.
Rushmore is natural? Or is that-
Is it stage?
he said I'm looking where it came from.
Yeah.
I actually
North
do
Dakota had a bunch of rainstorms that just perfectly made up for
Eighth wonder
I
of the
do.
world.
I literally do. Stuff like that.
Bro, there was a funny moment on. They showed a TV like picture, like a poster for a television show. So they gave you the network, the years it aired, and then a picture.
Oh, wow.
And they said, "Tell me what show this is," and they put up this thing, and nobody has any fucking idea. And it was a steal for us. So I'm sitting there, and it pops up, and I know it, and I'm just sitting there like, "Please come to me, please come to me, please come to me." And it's this show with Walton Goggins. You know him? Yeah. And it's the only reason I know it is because I saw a commercial for it. I've never even seen an episode. But he's a single dad who like gets back out there, and women love him because he's like got a job and he knows how to take care of kids and all that. and it's called the Unicorn because he's like a unicorn. And I was like, how about that? A fucking show for like single dads being like the cool guy. This unicorn show, I'm gonna have to check it out this fall on CBS. And when I saw his face pop up, I was like, I mean, the other show, I had no fucking clue. It wasn't like my TV knowledge was the key. It was just that I just had this one fucking, And I was like, ladies and gentlemen, this show is about a single dad who was the talk of the town. It's called the Unicorn. Put it on the board. Amazing.
It did work out well.
It was very funny.
I am worried now, though, that we had we just had like an out-of-body experience.
Oh, here's
and
what's
we
gonna
actually
happen.
might suck.
Here's what's gonna happen. No, I think we'll be a good team, an okay team. Our second match, we'll get blanked.
Yeah.
Like we're gonna get annihilated our second match.
we're
I think the questions are gonna be a lot harder.
Who's the other member?
Jack
McCarthy.
Who people gave me shit for picking Jack McCarthy.
He was
because
good.
He was apparently the worst trivia player that ever existed.
That was Marty and Damon's fault.
I didn't know that.
He played
I
one
didn't
time.
know
He lost
that.
17-2 apparently, but
He played
I've been
great.
there.
he also got fucked over. He got an answer right, but Jeff
Listen,
D'Lo
I don't
said
want to go
he
against the
didn't.
commish.
Yeah.
I don't want to do that.
Yeah.
Right.
He just said the right answer.
People are talking. People are saying that I was.
Yeah, I mean, that was
That's actually, you guys do have, like, if you think about it, you have a good team because Jack McCarthy,
I was gonna say, this
he
is a
knows
good
his
team here.
sports.
He knew college football.
He knows college
you got all
football,
the
which
hockey
we don't
shit.
know
No,
at
he
all.
knows
No.
weird shit too.
And then
I
he's
also
got
know
the weird
soccer.
shit, you have pop culture.
he got hockey shit right. Jack got college football stuff. Then there was like food stuff that we all kind of like contributed on. But then the soccer thing was crazy.
I love soccer.
Oh,
You're
I didn't
big
know
into
that.
soccer.
You got a Spanish goalkeeper.
realize you knew it like
Oh,
that.
no, he's super
It was
into it.
a Spanish goalkeeper who blah 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 blah, and he was like Diego Martinez or some shit.
I'm a
And then there was
nerd when
like
it
this
comes to
guy in the
soccer.
2006 World Cup, like had the most goals for Germany, and he was like Blitzhausen Kritzkrieger or whatever. I was like, what the
No,
fuck?
Miroslav Klose.
Whatever that was. Yeah, I mean it was crazy. It was like ding ding.
I'm a soccer
ding,
nerd. I
ding.
love soccer.
Rudy put up like I don't know 8 of our points probably.
I know, but I think we're probably gonna get humbled.
Yeah, but whatever. It doesn't matter. Whoever beats us next,
had
like,
your
that's
W.
fine.
We took down
Conquers
the
was running their
champs.
fucking mouth so
Yeah.
bad.
And
And
they were
everyone
the
was like, oh, this is going to be
defending
the biggest
Right,
like
the
landslide
highlights, yeah.
ever. I was
Exactly.
like, well, it was. It was a blowout. You're right.
It was like the Tennessee Titans beating the Patriots.
Yeah, and I don't care who we lose to next. Whatever. We beat the Patriots.
Also,
You know?
we just had to avoid the 0-2 because then we would have been out.
Oh, is that the rule?
Yeah.
If you go 0-2, you're out?
If you're a
No,
new
if you're a
team,
new team.
if you're a new team and you go 0-2, it's
What if you're an old team?
What if you're an old team with some just changes to the gameplay?
yeah. He said it. We want you next.
Yeah, you want these hands?
Want
Tough
to
guy. I mean, yeah. I think,
Literally hands up though when you play.
Well,
You gotta-
bro, they made us sit like in the back of the room. It was like nope, I can't see enough of your body. I'm like, you can see everything.
Dude, I was thinking I almost like want to do the next match like on a crucifix, like no one can even like.
I don't care what happens.
Shit that comes
the
out of
team
your
name
mouth.
is the team name is the best in the league, and that's all.
Was it just your mom?
Your mom, but it's just like your mom's coming.
Yeah.
Like your mom. Like there's so many good your mom jokes with it.
Yeah.
I was fucking around at first. I was just trying to make Rudy uncomfortable. It was on a group chat, and Jeff was like, "What's your team name?" And I said, "Rudy is our team captain. He makes our decisions, so we're gonna be the Rude Boys." Just like I thought, waiting for him to be like, no, wait, we're not doing that. I was just trying to make him uncomfortable, and that like got accepted as our name and everything. And I was like, all right. Whatever.
For days, I was like, we can't
And
do
then-
that.
yeah.
I was like, we can't do that.
So
but I didn't have a
that-
good
Yeah.
idea.
Sounds like a boy band.
Yeah, I mean, I would have been happy with it, but I was
Puts it
just
too
doing it
much
to
on
put
you,
the
though.
spot on.
I hear you. That's
Yeah,
too
I know.
much
And then
on
like
you.
literally the day before the match, I was like, we can't do that. And
That
I
was
wanted
your
my
mom.
first idea was I wanted to be Sigma grind set, but I was like, no one's gonna get that. And then I was
Your mom logo.
Doesn't seem like anyone here.
Mom,
Yeah, I don't know what that means.
Don't
I
get
don't know what
it.
that means.
Sigma grind set is like a meme where it's like a Sigma male is a guy who's single but is like very efficient, and so like Sigma
Okay.
grind set is like the memes where it's like get your money up, king. Like it's like ironic.
That would be funny. But I don't know that.
Right.
Yeah.
And Sigma grind set to me is like a hilarious term, but I was like, no one's gonna know what that is. That's like a very niche thing.
But that's like once you look it up, they're like, wait, that's funny. Okay.
And then I was thinking, I was like, I was like, what could we do? Like, we could be play with themselves, but then it's not play, because I wanted to always like make the team name to make fun of the other team. So it'd be like, Gen XYZ is playing with themselves.
And they're playing your mom.
But I was
get
like,
it.
and then I was like, your mom. I was
Yeah,
like,
there's
that's-
just so
that's a
many
layup.
good like
Yeah.
and then the logo is this like very sexual looking UM thing. You see that? Like, it looks like a sex toy almost. Like, that looks like the
It's like
logo for a
one
vibrator.
of those
for
rings
sure.
that you
Oh
just
my
put in their
God.
car.
Yeah.
It does. It does look like one of those new age vibrators.
Yep, like the Lilo makes the your mom.
Yeah.
All right, let's wrap it up here. Good shit. Great appearance. Great
Thank
job.
you.
You held your
That's
own.
why I'm glad I brought you guys back to college.
Yeah, for real. That
I mean,
was,
we're
that
all
was-
alumni now.
That was a little episode.
Yeah,
Chicks
you're
U.
one of
I am.
us.
I am.
John.
I know.
Yeah, it only gets worse.
Make sure you get your Sliq Spirited Ice. If I had these in college, oh my God. When I was 21 and up, I would fucking imagine just laying out like on a nice day, eating these.
Doesn't get any better than
Sign
that.
me up. You can get your Sliq Spirited Ice at slickspiritedice.com or check out your local liquor store. Get your margaritas on, get your rum drinks, all your favorite cocktails inside of an icy pop. It's the best way to get your buzz on this summer. So check it out, slickspiritedice.com. Thanks everybody. Follow Chicks U on is it your own YouTube or is it under the Barstool YouTube or what?
It's under Chicks YouTube.
Chicks U YouTube?
Chicks YouTube.
Chicks
Just-
YouTube? Just the Chicks YouTube.
Yeah.
Chicks YouTube, what's your social handle?
It's Kid A.
Kid A?
Yeah, like Kitty, but it's Kid A. KITTAAYYEE.
Oh, okay, nice and easy.
You thought
Yeah,
people were
yeah,
gonna get that
yeah.
just off of Kit A?
Everything else was taken, So we had to. I joined Instagram late, apparently.
Apparently,
So,
KITTAAYYEE.
yes, that's it. See?
Is that it?
We got
Wow,
it.
I
Boom.
was joking.
Boom.
All right.
It's easier than you think.
So everybody go follow that very easy handle, and we'll see you guys next week for Friday Night Pints. Thanks for watching Friday Night Pints. Make sure you click on the bell icon below to keep up with notifications, and make sure you subscribe to our channel. Strong drinks, full pints, can't lose.
Can't lose.